Okay guys, so next we are going to talk about backtesting. So now, conventionally, you expected to backtest based on, like, what is it called, this thing, like chart going, me usually see it's guesswork, because the market, okay, as long as it moves in a trend, the conditioning or the forming of the trend is never the same to another. I've been in the markets for more than like 7 years. I've never seen like a pair, like a copy exact, like formation or creation of maybe a trend. It's usually different. They usually form different. The way the candles like will form, like you can see, if price wants to hit a big figure level, those are the like 100 levels or the 50 levels, maybe, or just a level. The first time it will touch it, maybe you'll touch it with a candle, a full candle. The next one, it will maybe touch it with a massive drop down candle. The third time, maybe it will come there, reject off. The other one is also like a spike. So the market is never identical. So when you are backtesting, I want you are trading like the breakouts, or maybe you have your own like thing that forms every day. So I told you, in like setups, we need something that forms every day for us to be a good day trader. And this is one I told you is breakout. So I'll also have a video on my laptop when I show you, as I show you guys on a live chat, like what I'm talking about when I'm saying a breakout. So when you're coming to backtesting, you have your entry and your exits, and you also define. Maybe you have seen you're going to be risking $1 to make 10 cents, okay? And you know how you have modified now your risks parameters. So you can go now to the charts with an Excel sheet. I think I have a video on my channel on how to backtest, but basically just open an Excel sheet. Start on the back of maybe the beginning of this year, okay? You're trading on the H1 and the H2. There are things that you're going to check, okay? There are things you're going to check if, when, like, does the news affect your strategy? Like, does the news like affect the consecutiveness of these patterns? Me, I've never seen it affecting, but for me, what I do on pairs that have news on that day, I don't touch them. I just stay away from them, because news usually, the day when this about to be a major like CPI news, there's a lot of very huge like injection of liquidity that is about to come. That market usually like ranges, or that there is no liquidity inside there. Then you see, once the liquidity is injected, it shoots in one direction, a very massive move. So when there's news in a certain pair, I just take a day off. There are also days I don't trade, like NFPC and CPI days. When I see there's that US, those 3 days, I usually take them like they are my day offs. I go do something else. I just don't feel like comfortable with that. But you can trade the exotics or the crosses. Don't have to trade the majors where they are directly affected with the dollar. But yeah, you need to do that. Does news affect? How large of a breakout or the range in a breakout do you like refuse to enter? So for me personally, when the range is like 100 pips on a pair that whose ADR, or on average, there's an indicator called the average to true range. So it calculates the volatility, I think the volume in the market. So if the ATR indicates that the ATR of that pair is 100, okay, it sounds complex, but it's not complex. It's quite easy actually, but I'm giving you based on the strategy that I've offered, the breakout. If that range from the where I'm supposed to place my stop loss to my high or low that I'm entering on using a pending order is maybe 100 pips or more than 100 pips, and maybe I usually like risk $1 to get like 50 cents, me, I'm not entering that trade, because I don't imagine price breaking a range then going it like another 50% of that range. Because the thing is, it might go, but the problem is that I usually find that the trade usually goes over to the next day, and I don't like carrying over trade. So I'll talk about also like the rebalancing on trades and everything. But yeah, so you need to go and do that on your setup. But I'm just saying, for the strategy that I've given you, I want you to also like find a way, not a strategy, but like the conditions for you to enter, what you'd be looking for. Maybe you can find your own. something that appears every day, like every day I will find a breakout every day. If it's not on the H1, it's on M30. There's always a breakout. So find something that works for you. Now go test it on, not test it, but go write out the data and ensure that the maximum consecutive losses is at par with the chart or what you're exiting at. So if you're entering, risking $1 to exit at $4, no, to exit at 10 cents, sorry, my thoughts are becoming mixed up. But if you are risking $1 to exit at 10 cents, and you have seen the maximum consecutive losses is usually at 4, that is the probability of there being 4 is the minimum. They can never be 5. The chances of 5 is 0. Go to the chart to ensure that you gain the confidence on your system and on your strategy, on what you are doing, and for execution to be easier. Go to the charts, test it out in like the conditions, assume you are trading them, enter and see how many like consecutive losses appear. You'll find even it's less than even that 4. Now that's where the aggressive part of it comes in. So you might go and find, like we are saying 4, theoretically it should be 4, but you find like for you have divided your capital into 3. The capital management aspect that we talked about, you have divided it into 3. You go to the chart and see the maximum is 2. You can decide to be aggressive. You say it used to be like 4, now it's 2. I can be risking, instead of having like 3 levels, I can just be having $1 and $10, and then the other capital that I had, I can now divide it. Since I'm aggressive, I can divide it into many portions. So if anything happen, you can have that as a backup. The point of this backup is to have like psychological confidence and psychological reinforcements, so that you can not go and like on days that maybe you are having a tough day in life, not in the trading, that tough day does not come affect your confidence in the markets. Okay, and if it does, you are like you mess up, you have to give yourself also room for error. Like there are days you are going to see things that are not there. There are days that you become emotional, maybe something happens in your real life and you end up like taking it out on the market, or maybe you're feeling inadequate. You want to prove to a point to yourself that you are better than you think you are, or you are the best. You guys are the best, but I'm just saying, you want to prove a point to yourself. You are going to find that you are going to execute trades, or maybe jump out of the system that we are talking about, of this whole like project plan or trading plan that I'm been telling you guys for free. So you need to also give yourself room for failure, room for mistakes. There are days you might get greedy and blow the whole account, not because you're of the strategy, but because you went and did other things. Your old instincts kicked in. You saw a trend line that even is not there, and these days you are not trading trend lines, you only execute on breakouts. It's going to take you some time for you to be that mentally disciplined, but it's easier knowing you have data to back up the results you want to achieve. So what you will find, you need to give yourself like a bit of room for failure. Okay, that's what I can tell you. So go back test. There's a video on a free platform. I think the video is in my channel. Search for it and check. There's a platform you can backtest it for free. You don't have to pay for anything. The great thing with what I'm teaching you free game, and I'm teaching you also how to you don't have to spend anything. You can test all this what I'm saying for free and go see. So there's a chatting platform. I don't remember the name because it's been a while since I've backtested, but there's a chatting platform where you can backtest for free. So search for the video. I'll also leave the link in the description of this video to refer you guys to the platform. I don't remember, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Ensure you be able to test out what I'm saying, for you to have confidence in your system, and also to be able to execute efficiently. Yeah, so that's that for backtesting. In case I've missed anything, I'll remake this video in the future, but I don't think I've missed anything. So yeah, that's that.